Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. The thing that happened this morning that was very interesting is that I logged into the system to bring up the listings, as I always do, and there were a ton of homes that were sold conditional, and I thought, this time of year can be really good. I'm not saying as a blanket statement for everybody, but the advantages of this time of year, the way I always explain it to people is that if you had 100 buyers looking in the spring, let's just say 50 of them are active, serious, motivated buyers. And so what happens in the winter time is that 100 number can be reduced to 50, but I would say probably 35 to 40 are motivated, serious people. So there is less, but as a percentage of the total, it's much greater. So if somebody's searching for a home right now, they're probably pretty serious. And if they're selling a home right now, they're also probably pretty serious. So we have a lot of good matches that happen this time of year. And so I would encourage you to maybe do a bit of research. If you're thinking about listing in the spring, it might be worthwhile just to start to explore what would happen between the months of, well, obviously we're into December now, but even up to, I would say, the end of February, there's some gaps in the market, there's some holes, there's some lack of inventory, and there's people that are looking to definitely buy a property. So let's get to today's list. And if you've just tuned in, this is your first episode, what we try and do is really add some interpretation, some context to the raw information to give you just some sense of what you should know about the listings that are coming up for sale. So Woodley starts us off, $369 is the price. It's in Oak Grove Corner. It's 1353 square feet. There is a main floor den. Most of the living space, so your family room, dining room, plus kitchen is on this floor. There's a walkout to the balcony. And then on the second floor, you have 2 bedrooms and 2 full washrooms. There's also a version of this model that has 3 bedrooms upstairs, but only 1 washroom. So we have a look inside. That's your second floor family room. Then there's the kitchen, plus you've got a dining room, and there's some bedrooms here, and then that's your main floor, which right now it looks like it's being used as almost like a little bit of a video games room, but it can be used as a home office or any number of things. It's not a huge room, like it's only 9 by about 8, actually about 10 by 8 is closer to it. Not a bad price. We saw this model sell for this price recently in the last 60 days. Hobbs Crescent is $444,900, and so it's a grand model. So I think it's about 2,200 square feet all in of total finished living space, including the basement. So they've done some molding, some California shutters, pot lights in the corners. The kitchen has a really nice layout, I think. So you've got your a little bit of an island that kind of sticks out off the wall. Big area for a table here. And they've done a nice job with the finishes as well. Finished basement, and then also you've got a pie-shaped yard, so it's a little wider than the norm. And I could see this one going either way. I've seen models like on Bustle that would lead me to believe maybe they're a little bit high, but I've also seen stuff that indicates they may have a chance of getting this price. And so we'll see what happens with this one here. I like the photos, like the presentation. Bowring is $484. 1,900 square foot home in the Hawthorne Village School District, and I think this is a great deal. 8-foot ceilings, you've got some carpet on the main floor, but it's easy to do hardwood in here. You've got extra pantry in the kitchen. 3 bedrooms, and so you've got your laundry upstairs, plus you've got the upgraded ensuite with the soaker tub and the finished basement. They've done a nice job with the backyard. Even this here would create some privacy between this home and the home right behind. And it all looks good, and it's a great quiet street, great what I call a street hockey street, and the price is unbelievable. I've seen this model sell for over $500 without a finished basement before, and so they're rocking it pretty hard. That's not going to last very long. Kingsley Court is down to $493,700. The thing about this home, Colin Best and I have talked about this, the fact that it's less than 1,000 square feet. Really, this 950 square foot bungalow. There's no garage, and they're asking almost $500,000. And they've come in, they've done some work. I can't speak of the quality of the work. Usually, when you find a flipped home, and I can look up the price that this one sold. Like it's don't have it in my head right now. But here's the thing, you either find a good flip or a bad flip. You find the homes that really have done a really good job, solid quality, and then sometimes you see there's a lot of shortcuts, and you can't tell that from the pictures. It's impossible. Let's move to the next one, which is Eager Road, 549.8. And so this is a garage and a half. This is not a true double car garage. And so the way I look at it is it's far more similar to a single car garage than a double. So I don't think that this should be playing with the double garage range. I don't think that's a fair comparison, because if you can't park two cars in it, it's called, in my eyes, it's a single car garage, maybe a bigger single, but it's still a single. And the other thing about this one is there's only one room besides the kitchen. So you've got your kitchen, nicely upgraded, nice finishes in here. And they did the double fruit combo. And that's your only other room on the house. And then you've got a finished basement. So you do have some extra space in the house. But it looks great inside. There's lots of nice finishes. I'm concerned with the garage, and I'm concerned with the main floor living space. The basement does help with the value at $550. We'll see what happens with this one. I think it'll be a bit of a trickier sell. $495 Kincardine Terrace, $649 is the price. It's an intracourt McCutcheon, so it's between 25 and 3,000 square feet. Let me show you on a map where it is. So it's right here, this plot of land. Now this area there's been talk of maybe a gas station there. I don't really know at this stage what the final plan is for this land, but remember, you're facing that, so you definitely want to be careful. Now, it has a lot of other benefits. I think if you go a little further up north on here, you've got the big community park that's planned, and if you go a little further this side, really nothing being built on that side of Tremaine. It's all escarpment protected area. So I do like some of the parts about this. I think there's going to be a lot of green space around here, but I just think if you're facing land that has an unknown future, I'd be very concerned about it. So inside the house, it's okay. It's like a really dark floor that'll show dirt probably really easily. And I don't find the kitchen is of supreme mastered quality. Double sinks in the master. So we'll see what happens with this one here. You've got your 3 bathrooms upstairs. I don't know, 9-foot ceilings on the main floor. The lots are okay. They're about 40 by 90. Some of the intracorps even go 100 or a little bit above. This one on Missioner is 36 by 98 is the lot size, 659. And the only thing about this one here is that you've got, so here's kind of like the living dining room. And then you have kind of a strange shaped family room. So there's the kitchen, 9-foot ceilings. What do you do with this? Like, you can't really have a couch here. If you put your TV up here, you can only do a couch there. And then you've got this sort of dead space. So I'm not really sure how you lay this home out. It does have a builder finished basement downstairs. Looks like some California shutters, but still doesn't look like there's a fence back there. I think they're going to have a tough time at the 659. So we talked about the one on Hobbs, and I think that this one, so Hobbs is 444, 2,200 square feet of total living space. This is 1,500 square feet. It's a semi versus a town, and it's got this really big lot, and it's got green space right beside here. The street itself can be a little bit busy, although I find some of the worst drivers in the world drive on Ferguson in terms of speed. Some of them will drive at like 20 kilometers an hour. Drives you crazy because it's single file. But anyways, you go in this house and you've got some nice finishes inside, neutral colors. What I like about this, 1,500 square feet, but the bedrooms upstairs are all nice size. Like, you could really fit a teenager in there. You could fit someone who's a little bit older and they'd be very happy. Sometimes what we find is there's a big master, an okay second room, and then a small third room. And so that kind of eliminates some of your options. That's a bit about the basement. You've got larger windows downstairs, and then you get a couple shots of the yard and how wide it is. That's all protected green space underneath there. And there's really no home over this way too. So you've got a lot of privacy here. I'm a big fan of this one, especially for $439. That model with a normal lot goes for like $415, $420 easy with a finished basement. So I think you're getting the land for cheap, even at asking price. So 69 Main here. No, there's a lot to offer here for you've got a nicely finished older house here. Nice upgrades with the pot lights and so on. You've got a little bit of wainscoting. You've got some nice woodwork on the stairs. Big thick baseboards and moldings here. Now, I don't know if you could use it as a commercial. It's zoned. A lot of times the stuff on Main Street is certainly zoned for commercial. And then they have this extra space back here that you could maybe rent out. You've got a lot of space here, so I think about a car hobbyist might be a great option for this. There might be a business that fits really well. The thing for me is that Campbellville has a population of like, I don't know how, a couple hundred people really. It's not that big, maybe 1,000. I have no idea what the population is, but it's not exactly a commercial hotbed of activity. There was a time where there were craft shops and it was a bit of a destination where people could go, and that seems to kind of be disappearing there. So I'd be concerned if you open a business here that you may not have the foot traffic that you'd probably want to run a successful business. However, there are a lot of rural homes around here, so if you provided services related to that industry, equestrian, that kind of stuff, you might find that there's a good opportunity. I think to build that structure in addition to the house, it's going to cost you a lot more than what they're asking. And this one on Quinlan looks really good too. $699 is the price. And so we've got, what's it called? A Salisbury model, I think. 3042 square feet, 5 bedrooms. And there's a little den right on the main floor here. And the nice thing even about this den is I think the door is normally right here on this diagonal wall. They put it in a smart place right here because the entrance feels really long and narrow if you have the door over on the side. Living dining here, plus you've got your family just over here. You've got the coffered ceiling in this room. Easy to put hardwood floors in. You've got a nice kitchen with pot lights plus a movable island and fireplace. So anyways, the iron pickets upstairs. Nice big master ensuite, plus you've got a bidet. You gotta love the bidet. And finished basement. I mean, right there, this home with a finished basement, I think, is in a good spot at $699. Now, the bonus is they've actually put a lot of work into the backyard, and they have green space behind. They have the privacy. They've done some lattice fencing here too. So there's a lot of nice things about this one that I'm really raving about. This is by far the pick of the day. I think it's one of the best homes we've seen probably in the last 30 days on Daily Homes, and I think it's a great option for someone who wants a larger home. Lots of living space plus a bit of privacy in the back. All that for less than $7 bills, to me, is a great opportunity. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.